Hi there, Taurus. Welcome to your end of November 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. Gosh, I haven't had the Chariot card in ages. So, seems like you're getting stranded somewhere. Pick an additional card. Okay. Very interesting to have so many reversed cards, but it's not all bad. And it's interesting because Jupiter is retrograding in your sign of Taurus. So maybe some of the expansion that the Three of Wands represents is gonna be put on hold. So I'll just hold it up. The heart of the matter is the Chariot card, and it's in reverse. So sometimes the Chariot card can be travel, and Jupiter in Taurus in your sign, maybe some of you were hoping to be able to travel somewhere. Jupiter is going direct on the 30th of December. So that's after Christmas. So if you do have any kind of plans that get, and even, it's another funny thing that's happening is that Mercury is going retrograde in Capricorn. When is that? On the 13th of December. So that's less than a month away. That's like about 3 weeks from now. And that is your 9th house, which can be long distance travel. That's Jupiter's domain. So yeah, I mean, it does speak to maybe some kind of like passport issues or something. The Chariot can sometimes even be a car that is in the shop and you can't drive somewhere. So just realize that is temporary. The Chariot card is also a card of success, and something may feel like it's preventing that. What crosses you is the Three of Wands. And so in some cases you're standing in the way of your own success because you refuse to grow. Taurus, you may like favor familiarity more than the discomfort of growth that comes with the unknown. That's how growth happens. You can't grow in a situation where everything is the same as it's always been. But sometimes that feeling isn't very comfortable, is it? When things are changing, you might be meeting new people, but you don't know them, so you don't know what they're all about, or going to new places. And especially, I would say especially with that, because of the theme of the Chariot could be like about, covering ground, and yet that fear of maybe that contraction. In the past position, we have the Queen of Swords. So you may also be feeling like you've been through a war of some sort. I don't know why. This can even be a mother or a boss, like a female boss. But sometimes it's both. Like if you have a female boss who has been, you feel like, won't acknowledge what you've done in a good way, like they're always critical, and that triggers you remembering growing up how you were always treated that way. you may feel this sense of rebellion. So the Chariot card, when it's reversed, can be somebody who's out of control. And that, I mean, it doesn't have to be physically out of control, but that feeling, and I realize now when I've had that, they've been talking about the dysregulated nervous system. So they're talking about it within the body. And that makes perfect sense to me because it does feel like that. It does feel like, everything is haywire, and then the person can't even think straight, let alone be able to make important choices. The higher message, or what's really going on here, is the High Priestess in reverse. This is like not tuning into your higher self. Maybe you are paying too much attention to people who are not really having your best interests at heart, and you are invested in their good opinion of you instead of cultivating your own sense of self and well-being, so that what other people think doesn't matter to you. But again, especially if the Queen represents the mother, if you have always felt like you've never pleased your mother, and then you have a boss, you can feel like it's the same thing all over again, and that's kind of turning against your wisdom to worry about something that isn't really that important. Because there's a saying, what other people think about you is none of your business. What's coming in, and this is actually a good thing, I'm going to hold it upright, is the Eight of Swords in reverse. And this is an example of a card that you could see that this can be better in the reverse position, where you may uncover some of your tapes that are playing that keep you stuck. What do they call those? Self-defeating thoughts and patterns, and self-limiting beliefs. That's a better one. And some of you may have already been researching this, reading about this, and you're just continuing to see how these patterns keep playing themselves out. And it's actually a good thing because, let me see, it's interesting that I got this card right here, because usually I don't. Okay, so this one is not a card that I usually pick, but this would be like for the bigger spread, but I'll just read this one too as a foundational card. This is the Queen of Cups in reverse. So that's kind of like the High Priestess in reverse, but for the minor arcana. So with Taurus being an earth sign, you tend to put so much value on the tangible things in life. And really, these two cards of the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups, these are cards about psychic, spiritual women. And so that may be what is the barrier that's keeping you from being able to move forward. And the Chariot is, oh, by the way, the Chariot is connected to the sign of Cancer. So, and I think even the Queen of Cups is. So maybe there is some kind of Cancer woman, or like a mother, who is not supporting you. And you may blame yourself, but you have to realize that this person could even be manipulative, and that's how they try to gain control over the situation. And the outcome cards, I picked, another card in reverse. I didn't want to end on that. I was hoping I would get an upright card. So this one is the Seven of Wands, and this is a card of, in the upright position, of standing your ground. And this can be defending yourself against some kind of attack. But I picked it in the reverse position, and what that can mean is that you are taken off guard, that you feel like your defenses are down, and therefore you can't, you feel that sense of vulnerability. So I picked a clarification card, and I got the Judgment card. And you see this ethereal version, that is a card of rebirth. The Judgment card can be, cause and effect of things that have happened. So an example would be if you have allowed somebody, an authority figure, for instance, to have control over you, let's say emotionally. That is something that you have not, maybe you have been afraid to stand up for yourself, and because you just wanted to keep the peace, and that just kind of created the situation that is not getting any better. Then you have to accept that. You can't just expect that something is going to magically improve. So the Judgment card is like, you reap what you sow. But it's also a card of rebirth, meaning that you may have come to the hit bottom. There was a lunar eclipse in Taurus back at the end of October, and that was the last eclipse in Taurus and Scorpio. And that might have been the final, I was going to say the final judgment, but that might have been the release that, is ushering in a rebirth. But it had to come from feeling very low and feeling like everything, all the chips were down. And another thing too is judgment itself. Have you been exercising judgment, or have you been allowing other people to call the shots? And then you attract people to you that don't have your best interests at heart. So just keep that in mind, Taurus. It's interesting that the Queen of Cups and the Chariot card are both connected to Cancer, and they're both in reverse. So if you have that person in your life, and maybe they're gaslighting you and they're telling you that they're looking out for you, but they're really, they don't have your best interest at heart, your judgment is really your line of defense. But with the Seven of Wands in reverse, even that is up for grabs. So that could be saying that you're putting yourself in this position. Okay, that's what I have for you, Taurus. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.